Anyways, you guys, I'm sick and tired of starting this intro over. I feel like I'm reading a script. I keep saying the same thing over and over again. But anyways, hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Keesha, Kaylee here if you guys did not know. And before you even get through the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment after you're done watching. But anyways, you guys, this is going to be the Fenty Beauty makeup tutorial slash haul video. It was supposed to be a first impressions as well. However, unfortunately for me, I edited footage yesterday and I was completely dissatisfied with every little thing that I was seeing. So I decided to go ahead and give it another try today. But you guys, I'm not going to spend too much time rambling. Let's just go ahead and get into the video. So I went to my local Sephora store and I was really pleased with RIHANNA's display. I know they're not cutting grass out there. I just know they're not. And before I continue, I do want to go ahead and apologize for that little clicking sound that you guys hear throughout the video. That's just my camera trying to focus. For some reason, they decided to make the Canon 70D without the ability to mute the focusing aspect. So every time it's focusing on something, you guys will hear the little click. I am looking to get a new camera that doesn't do that. So just stay tuned because I will be replacing my camera soon. But anyway, so I did go to my closest Sephora store, you guys, and I picked up almost everything that was there. I only spent, where's my receipt? I only spent, with all the items that I got, which were, doesn't tell my, 13 items, you guys. 13 items for only $400. And actually take one item away because I did get the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which was $21. So a little less than $400. But had I went to one of the more high-end makeup companies, I definitely would have been spending $700 to $800 for 13 items. So I would say her price point is really good. I think her marketing was really tasteful, and her packaging for her product is so freaking cute. I know you guys have seen the blush pink and the black Fenty logos on all of her products, and I think it's really cute, and this is just how it looks close up. And it has all the information about the products on the outside, so you guys don't have to search for the labels that they show on the display at the Sephora's or Ulta's or wherever you guys go and shop for your makeup. So I did purchase the Fenty Beauty foundation, and after watching a lot of the other beauty gurus, I knew that I was not going to go below $360 and I was not going to go above $410. So I did have a professional expert come and color match me, and she swore on everything that I was a, what shade is this actually? This is the shade 380, and I did have 370, 380, and 390 on my hand, and I thought that I was more so on the 390 shade, but she told me after it oxidizes, it does get a little darker, and since it's about to be cold, my skin is going to get a little bit lighter from my summer tan, so this would be my best bet would be to stick with the 380. So after wearing it yesterday, I would say that it did oxidize. However, if you are my complexion or somewhere similar to my complexion and you do not have red undertones, I would prefer for you guys to go up a shade because this has a lot of red undertones, as you guys are going to see. So another thing that I purchased was the foundation brush, which I wasn't going to get at first because in my everyday life I never use a foundation brush, but I thought since a lot of people were saying it was good, I might as well give it a try. So on one side of my face, I'm going to use the foundation brush, and on the other side of the face, I'm going to use her Fenty Beauty sponge that she actually I guess it's like a dupe version of the beauty blender. However, it does have a flat side, which I did really appreciate because I actually was considering getting a sponge of this shape soon, so I'm glad that she had it. And I did not purchase the primer. I do have oily skin in my T-zone, so throughout the day I get really oily, and a lot of people were saying with them having their oily skin that the primer from her company did not do them justice. I don't know, some people were saying it did, some people were saying it didn't, but I decided to just stick to what I know. But I'm going to use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer all over my face because this does a really good job at covering up my pores. I don't really have too much acne, but I definitely have discoloration from hyperpigmentation from past acne, and then I have some damaged skin from picking at my bumps when everyone and their mom told me not to do that as a child, and I did it anyway. But I really do like this primer. I think it gets into my pores whenever I do remember to put it on first, but I really do like it. So if you guys are looking for a good primer and you have large pores, then I would definitely recommend this to you. So I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty brush and the foundation. I'm going to put about 3 squirts, and this is how it looks. It is very, very runny. And another thing, I did wash the brush yesterday and it is completely dry. I know a lot of my other brushes, it does not dry. Like, it takes a lot longer than what her brush took for it to dry up. So I really did like the fact that it dries up really, really good. So I will be able to use it immediately within the next few hours, or by the next day if that's what I choose to do. So immediately you guys can see that upon putting the foundation on my face, it does match my complexion, but as it oxidizes, it does have a redder undertone. And my skin is actually bipolar. Some days I have red undertones, other days I have olive undertones, so it's very tricky and weird the way my skin works. So I guess it just depends on what my neck is looking like earlier that day on what foundation shade I will be. But if you guys can see how much it blends, it looks just like my skin, just like everyone was saying, because everyone was like, oh, it looks like my skin. I was like, what are y'all talking about? But after putting it on, it is very, very lightweight. There is no fragrance that I smell. Some people were smelling some things, but I don't know. I don't smell anything really, which is good for me because I also have very sensitive skin, so I would prefer not to smell anything. I want my foundation to be as natural as possible. And I don't know all the ingredients. You guys will have to probably go on the website to look it up. But I didn't have any sensitive reactions whatsoever, and I wore this makeup for approximately 10 hours. And I definitely have a birthmark that is darker below. So with one layer of coverage, it does not cover at all. You can definitely still see. Now, on the other side of my face, I'm going to put 3 more squirts of the foundation and take the beauty blender, and it kind of is, yeah, it's still damp enough. So I'm gonna just take the fatter side of the beauty blender, the back side I guess, and just put this over. Now, as you guys can see, my discoloration is definitely being concealed with one layer. Now, my hyperpigmentation is not as dark, so that's not really my biggest concern. My biggest concern are my pores, and if the foundation has the ability to not sink into my pores and make me look crazy, or if it it just makes it a lot more even. Sorry guys, I got my eyebrows done, trying to make sure I don't mess them up. I got my baby hairs out, trying not to mess that up. And I do like the shape of the beauty blender because it has the little tip right here that allows you to get as close as possible. And as you guys can see, it's oxidizing with the, you guys can see like some redness going on with it, but it's going to continue to oxidize, so don't worry. Okay, so now that my foundation is on, my thoughts on this is that it's definitely very, very lightweight. I don't feel it whatsoever when I touch my face. I don't feel like I need to immediately go wash my hands, or my face feels junky. I feel like it is a really, really lightweight foundation with very buildable coverage, and it definitely works for me with my hyperpigmentation as well as my larger pores. So moving on to the Match Stix Trio. I got the shade Tan 300, so that comes with caramel, truffle, and rum, as you guys can see. And I was a little bit weary about this when I first tried it out because I prefer to use liquid based concealer and powdered based contour, but a lot of people were saying it was really, really good. The packaging of this was really cute. I love the fact that I could just throw this in my purse, or if I'm traveling, it wouldn't take up too much space. It sticks together. It has the magnetic aspect. I really, really like that. And once again, it has very detailed packaging, so you will never get confused. And then Fenty Beauty is across it, if you guys can see that. I don't know if it's focused on it, but I thought this was really, really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and take caramel and put this underneath my eyes. Yeah, this foundation has a lot of red undertones. A lot. And I feel like today I had way more red undertones on my skin, but it's still, it's showing through much redder, but it's okay. So this is the color. I do like the color. It is fairly comparable to the concealer that I normally use, which is my Tarte Shape Tape concealer in the color Tan Sand. So I'm gonna just put a little bit right there so you guys can see the difference. Like, this Tan Sand is a little bit lighter, but this will still be a good buildable concealer that you guys can wear. So you guys can see, like, automatically, like, that area got a lot lighter. But I still liked it overall after wearing it. And it applies very, very smooth. You don't have to worry about that. And after looking back at my video yesterday, I realized that it would probably be best for me not to put concealer on my birthmark area. And moving forward, I probably shouldn't conceal my birthmark area simply because it's darker down there, and then it makes my my birthmark stand out more. And that's just contrary to what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to conceal and look flawless, not to bring forth attention to different parts of my face. So I'm going to go ahead and take my sponge again, and I'm just going to pat this into my face. And as like I said, the color I think goes really good with my complexion, especially for every day. And y'all know me, I am a very simplistic minimum makeup wearer, so I don't do the most. I have just started to get into more the glam side of makeup, but overall I do like to keep it safe. I'd rather be safe than sorry, and make sure that everything is blended. But you guys see, like, as I continue to blend, it kind of like starts to blend in with my foundation just a little bit. So if I wanted, if I had like darker circles underneath my eyes, then I would probably need another layer of it. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more on just so you guys can see. Not to say I will ever wear it like this, but just for you guys to see what another layer would do. And this is probably one of my favorite products from the line as a whole. This sponge I'm so used to how the Beauty Blender like is one universal thing that I'm trying to make sure I put everything where it's supposed to be on this sponge. As you guys can see, it's much more vibrant. And if you guys put too much on, then you guys can just use the part where you put the foundation on and blend it out that way. So this is how it looks right now. I'm going to continue to blend my concealer in as I move forward with doing more of my makeup, so I can know where I want it to move to. But this is just how it looks with the concealer. And I'm going to now take my contour in the color Truffle and put that on. Now this is probably not going to be my go-to contour method, simply because I'm not a guru or expert or none of that. So it does take me a lot more time to get this perfected, which means there's no room for errors. But I would say overall this stick does apply very easily. So with practice, I definitely could get it down pat. I'm going to take the side of the sponge. Yesterday I tried to blend in the contour with a contour brush on camera, and the contour did not move whatsoever. So I actually have to take the side of the sponge and do it that way. Now, like I said, this is very hard to do with the sponge for me, so I have another brush. This is a dupe of the Artiste brush line, and I'm just gonna smooth that out. As much as possible. I'm going to take my Sacha Buttercup powder, and I'm going to set my foundation, and this is with a beauty blender. I'm going to just take my small beauty blender and set my concealer, because I do have things to do today, and Rihanna has not created a setting powder yet. Trying to make sure not to move the concealer around, because that's what seems to be happening. The concealer is moving around as I blend it, so I have to keep going over it so that when it sets, it's not any missing parts. Okay guys, sorry my camera cut off, but yeah, all I did was finish setting all of my concealer, and then I put a little bit of my powder contour from Anastasia on top of the stick that I use, the truffle stick, and I think that it looks a lot better because it has like a ombre type of effect, and it really works for me. So moving forward, while I let all of this sit on my face, I am going to do my eyes. Now they did give me the shade Rum with my Matte Stix Trio, but I don't think that it's as flattering with my skin complexion. So instead of me using that today for my eyeshadow, I'm going to just give you guys a swatch of it and show you guys how it looks, which is like this. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is a really pretty color, but I think it just blends in a little too good for my skin. So luckily I also picked up another stick, which was in the color, which one is it? Yes, so here it is. I picked up another stick which was in the color Cinnamon, and I think this was a little bit, let me do a swatch first on my skin right beside the Rum, as you guys can see, and I think that the Cinnamon is a lot more flattering. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, I'm not going to add a primer just so you guys can see exactly how it looks. I'm going to just go in with one of my blending brushes from Sigma. This is my Sigma tapered blending brush. I'm going to take a blending color from my palette right here. I'm going to just take a brown. Burkina seems like a good color to just put on there. And I'm going to just put that in my crease area like so, just to darken it up just a little bit. As you guys can see, blend that in really good, and then I'm going to go in with the color Cinnamon. I'm going to put that right on my lid. So I'm going to just take my finger, pull it. Now you can put it on the brush and apply it, or you can just put it directly on there, and I like the way it blends when I put it directly on there. So once I get a little bit on there, then I just go ahead and take one of my actual brushes, put a little bit more product on there, and blend that out, because it loses a little bit of the color when you just put it from the brush on there. So I try to put as much as possible, and then, so as you guys can see, that color is really pretty against my skin tone. Put a little bit more, and I'm going to go ahead and add one more layer. Yes, Riri girl. She chose like the most flattering colors that are the most universal colors ever. Literally. This goes well with plenty of skin tones. No one should have an issue matching anything or finding something. But the only thing I did notice about her products is there is a lot of shimmer going on. So you guys have to be very mindful of how much shimmer you're adding, because it's shimmer her lips, shimmer on your cheeks, and shimmer on your eyes can sometimes be ill flattering. So you just have to make sure you're blending well and knowing which products to use at which time. So that's just how that looks, and I think once again the cinnamon color does me great justice right now. So the very last step that I'm going to do before I go and clean up my eyes and come back and give you guys my final thoughts is go ahead and add this highlighter. So many people were waiting and itching for this part. This was actually my favorite part. I'm not a highlighter person, so I did get 2 of her highlighter palettes, which was Ginger Binge and Moscow, what am I saying? Moscow Mule. And I think this is a gorgeous color, you guys. Like, this is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so freaking beautiful. And then the other one that I got was Me Money and Hustler Baby. I think this is also really gorgeous. I could cry. And I did not get trophy wife simply because, like I said, I don't think I would ever wear it personally for my skin type. And yeah, that's just pretty much the reason why I decided against getting it. So I'm going to just go ahead and swatch the Ginger Binge and Moscow Mule, because I'm going to wear the other one. This color is so freaking beautiful though, you guys. Can you guys see that? Maybe I need a little bit more, because this color, it is to die for. This color combination is really pretty. So I did also purchase her highlighter brush, and I do like her highlighter brush. I'm going to take the color Hustler Baby, and I'm going to just put a little bit on my brush just to build it, and I'm going to just tap it in my face like so. So as you guys can see, that's like a really, oh my gosh, you guys, that is just really pretty. That is really pretty. Of course, I'm not going to wear that much in real life, but I just want you guys to see the effects on camera. I also do have my stippling brush right here, so after it's all said and done, I'm going to stipple everything in. But just for you all to see, once again, I'm going to just, but I think that is really pretty. I'm going to blend all this in, don't worry, you guys, it's not going to stay like this. I'm going to put a little bit down the bridge of my nose, a little bit right here, and this is how it looks. The last thing I'm going to do before I go off camera and get all this together, I'm going to apply the lip gloss, which is the only lip gloss she has out there, and we only need a little. Now this actually has a smell to it. It smells really good. Okay, so I went and blended out all of my makeup, and this is my final result. I really do like how it looks. I feel like it is still very lightweight on my face after I added all the products. I would definitely give Fenty Beauty a 5 out of 5 stars simply because her price point was amazing. I love the way that she marketed. I think it was very inclusive of all skin types, all races of people. I think that the quality of her products was really good, and overall I'm really satisfied with how everything blended in with my skin tone, as well as covered up and concealed all of my problem areas of my skin. So if you guys would go and check out the description box, you all will be able to see the prices as well as the colors that I used in every single thing. The only thing that I did not show on camera that I also did not swatch would have been the Invisimatte Pore blotting sheets. Now this actually is the refill that they gave me. I asked them for the actual blotting sheets, but obviously they ran out, or she just mistakenly gave me the wrong thing. And I also got the brush that is a touch-up brush that you can use throughout the day. This little silver piece comes down, and then you can put it back up. I know a lot of people were saying they were having a hard time putting it back in here, but luckily I messed up and did the same thing, and then I realized that it actually was supposed to turn up. So that's something that I can include inside this video, and then you put it back on. And the last thing that I purchased was the Invisimatte blotting powder. Now, a lot of people were saying that this was a really good powder, and I did plan on using it yesterday. Like I said, I have very oily skin, and I was going to just touch up after my skin got oily throughout the day. However, my skin did not even get oily throughout the day, so that is another benefit of this foundation. It does I guess hold in the oils, or it does not cause as many oils as other foundations that I have used. But I will see myself using this moving forward some kind of way, I guess when I'm a little bit more active, or if I'm going to an event or something like that. But overall, like I said, I really love Fenty Beauty. I will continue to be a consumer of her product line. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do not forget to give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that as well, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay guys, so I met a few people who are subscribed, and unfortunately none of them wanted to be on the vlog. They were like, no. I was like, oh, okay, well, moving right along. Hey. Everybody's just like, oh, hold up. Oh, this reminds me of high school. Like, it's just so many people.